Hi, my name's Knox Zajac. I'm 11 years old and I go to Wyndham Middle School. I'm a 6th grader. I was in the library and this book was on a stand. I'd like to read you a page. My back over my hips as I ask if we should take our clothes off. And he's saying yes before I finish my sentence. He's pulling off my t-shirt, laughing when I can't undo his shirt buttons. He's undoing my belt. I'm reaching into his bedside drawer for a condom. We're kissing. Again, we're rolling over. Obviously, you can see where this is going. I don't know if it's because we're feeling especially emotional or just tired, or these past couple of weeks have been too much. But this reminds me so much of the first time we had sex. We were both terrified, and the whole thing was kind of terrible because we didn't know what we were doing. But it was good too, so good, because we were a mess of emotions, and we were scared and excited, and everything felt new. So this sort of feels like that. Nick touches me like he's scared that any minute. Now, this book was at my middle school, and it was on a stand. When I rented it out to show my dad it, the librarian asked if I wanted more and if I wanted a graphic novel version.
Oh, boy. So I'm that kid's father.
Okay, good. I was asking for you.
Yeah, I'll take another 3 minutes. So that's my son,
Okay.
11 years old, and went to his library and found that by the entry door of our library, this is the smut that he is finding, all right? I don't care whether it's gay, straight, bisexual, whatever the terms are for all this stuff. Doesn't need to be at our school. Doesn't need to be at my 11-year-old's library. And then as far as genderqueer, I've got a son in the high school as well. And this is bullshit. We know it, all right? We do not need to be having literature that's showing boys how to suck, all right? I'm very, very frustrated about it, okay? And you may think that schools know the best for our children. You know who know the best for our children? The parents. You need to listen and do something about it quickly. Thank you.
Anyone else?
You have indeed committed a Class C felony, which serves up to 5 years in prison and up to a $5,000 fine.
The book was not on the school board's agenda Wednesday night. Some parents used public comment to voice their concerns.
We need to have them stop handing out pornography, no matter how you identify or anything else. I have really nothing against anybody, but this is absurd and everybody knows it. Thank you.
Others defended the book.
These books increase teens' feelings of belonging and self-worth with messages of acceptance and encouragement. This isn't how you care about kids. You just care about your bigoted ideas and ignorance.
Since everybody is attacking most of the people here about being anti-LGBTQ, I figured it would be a good time for me to come up right now and start talking about another book that is in the high school that just got removed secretly because they can't find it on the shelves, even though it hasn't been checked out. Let's discuss what it is. Identical. The story of two 7-year-old twins that are sexually assaulted by their father multiple times. And I would really like to read an excerpt in it, and I would like to know how this has anything to do with any sort of curriculum that the school children need to learn. Kaylee was used to daddy's visits, but that night she too felt something different in the air. Rage, lust, sorrow, perversion, all mingled in daddy's sweat. There was nothing gentle about how he threw back the covers. Already naked, he pushed Kaylee to one side, flopped beside her. I could tell she was afraid. This wasn't her daddy. This was a demon. His evil, hard and sharp as a steel blade, ready to slice into her. It did. His attack was brutal, bloody, wordless, except for vicious, shut the f*** up at her pitiful scream. A plea to please no, daddy, no, it hurts. Oh, I cowered, sick at the sight, but unable to divorce myself from the horror. I felt Kaylee's pain. And when Daddy was done and she cried, I cried too. That was the sister watching her little sister get raped by her father. This is the that we have going into our libraries, and you're complaining about anti-LGBTQ. I've been attacked all week on the Wyndham Community Board because I'm sticking up for my children. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Why are our children being given surveys that ask how old they were when they first had sex, if they've had oral sex, how many partners they've had, and what gender they identify as? This is nobody's business but that child and their parents. Why is the school wasting time on this when our children should be learning? The NWEA assessment scores for Wyndham for last year show that 48.5% of students fall below expectations for English and 68% fall below for math. Isn't that where our focus should be? Yeah. Instead, the school is teaching how many genders there are and bringing pornographic books into the library. Genderqueer is not the only book in question. While reviewing the high school library database, I found that there are 68 books that contain explicit sexual content, including child rape, abuse, and prostitution.
How old were you when you had sexual intercourse for the first time? Here are the options: 8 years old or younger, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 or more. How many people have you ever had sexual intercourse with? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or more? What are kids thinking? Oh my gosh, I've never done that. There's something wrong with me. Okay. I'm going to put it back on you for a moment because some of you are for this and some of you are not. But if I were to say to Kate Bricks, said, if I asked you, when was the first time you ever had sex? Was it 8 years old? Or if I said to Jenny Butler, what age did you what age did you first have oral sex? Was it 9 years old? It's a little uncomfortable hearing those questions. What do you think it's like for a child?